good afternoon now, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing, everyone? Day number 2 of the European Tour in Kiel for the Baltic Sea Dart Open, and it is seed day. The big guns enter the fray in Kiel. Can't wait to bring this to you. How is everyone this morning? Malachi, Nico, Joe, how are we doing? One and all on this absolute scorcher of a day here in the south of the UK. How is it where you are? Is this the only? This is only live on the PDC. Yeah, PDC TV. Or if you have an account with a certain bookmaker, you don't have to have a bet. I'm not encouraging people to bet if they don't want to. But if you have an account with certain bookmakers and you have money in your account, you can watch it on in play, but you don't have to have a bet. It's just there if you want to watch it. I've got the window wide open, Nico. The problem is if you put the fan on, it makes too much background noise. But first up, Ryan Searle takes on Cameron Menzies. Menzies was in a battle yesterday. He'll be battle ready. Ryan Searle, some prep for the match play. Damon Heta then takes on Wessel Nijman. Again, Nijman didn't shine yesterday, but got the job done. I think it's fair to say. Then the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson, takes on Christoph Ratajski. Ratajski been playing well. That'll be a tough assignment for the Flying Scotsman. Danny Noppert then takes on Mike De Decker. Again, De Decker played okay yesterday. Noppert fresh in. Dave Chisnall taking on Daryl Gurney. Chizzy could do with some much needed confidence ahead of the match play, but Gurney played really well yesterday. Tough tie. Then Ross Smith takes on Kim Huybrechts. Huybrechts, from 3-2 down yesterday, played brilliantly to beat Ian White. Should be a good game. Then one of the ties of the round, the Ferret, Johnny Clayton, takes on Gian van Veen. Looking forward to that one, both in good form. And the session finishes with the number 7 seed, James Wade, taking on Luke Woodhouse. Woodhouse wasn't brilliant yesterday. We know the machine will perform to a level, so Woodhouse is going to have to up it. Welcome, one and all. Is Luke Littler in? No, Luke Littler is not playing. He's already said he won't play Euro Tours in Germany. And Kiel is in Germany, so he's not there. So, let me know where you are, where you're watching from, what you're up to, and is it as hot where you are as it is here? Again, what version of Ryan Searle are we going to get? Should be a close game. Yeah, I think I agree, Patrick. I think it's a 50-50 game, and if you're looking at it from that point of view, yeah, Menzies is value. But yeah, the problem is we never know what version of each player we're going to get. Got a party at 4:30, 14:30. Nice. Any time for Josh's game, as in Josh Rock. He plays this evening. Sorry. What is he? 5th game, so somewhere between 8:15 and 8:45-ish. No, MVG not in. If Searle turns up, I think he wins. It'll be good. Watching this and the Scottish Open golf, because my bet shuffler tees off at 12. Now, McIlroy had a great round. Yeah, I was streaming, so I didn't see it, but I was watching Sky Sports News when I got in last night just to catch up on everything, and Rory had a great round yesterday. I feel you jealous with Chelsea because look, if Chelsea win it, they win it. I think PSG smashed them, and the tournament's a crock of shit. It's just a glorified money-making exhibition from FIFA. Instead of working players to the bone, that should be rest time. And in the long term, Chelsea will suffer because I think they'll have a poor start to the Premier League, or certainly dip off because of it. So you're going to buy the new... Oh. To be fair, I was chatting to someone that's in the know with these things. His words were, the deal still happens. So I'm confident. Top 5 in the Prem. Obviously, the window's not closed yet, but looking at it, if I was calling it right now, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, top 3 don't change, in my opinion. Then I think I think those 3 are miles better than everyone else. The rest is just going to be wait and see who people sign and so on. But the top 3 are miles better than everyone else. Both players are on the stage, which is good. We are ready to rock and roll, not hanging around today, which is good. So, let's do this. So, in the lipstick straight away. Right. Score predictions then for this one. Chat room, get them in. Ryan Searle, Cameron Menzies is underway. Harry's fundraising challenge. How are we doing, buddy? Hope you're good. So, no change in equipment to... Menzies has got the Searle darts under pressure here early. Again, this is what we were saying. What version of Ryan Searle is going to turn up where it's a sluggish start from heavy metal? And so it doesn't help Menzies, but he will return. How are we doing, Brock? Good to have you in, buddy. Welcome along, one and all. Menzies 6'5". It's a good setup from Ryan Searle. And Menzies can't take his chance. He's had an opportunity. Ryan Searle kind of stills that one at the end. The setup, the 1-4-5, was brilliant. That's what's won him that leg. Forced the miss from Menzies. How we doing, Chris? Good to have you in. I was going to win. I think Gary beats Ratajski. So, big visit hill from Searle would make it interesting. But good response from Menzies. On course here. to hold, and Searle leaves the old 165. How are you taking this out, my old boy? Come on in, show us. Treble 20. Good start. Oh, I can't do it. Phil, who would be your 8 Premier League darts players if you could select current tour card holders who have never played in it? Oh. Menzies levels up. Right, if I could pick 8 players to play in the Premier League that have never played in it. Josh Rock, Ross Smith, Dirk van Dijvenbode, Jan van Veen. Those 4 definitely. Who else would I like to see? Scott Williams. Callan Ridds. Alan Suter and Matt Campbell. Oh, a cheeky little 1-4-1 from Ryan Searle to lead once more. Yeah, Malachi, love a 1-6-4. Who do you think? I think boring, but I think Price or Humphreys. Price or Humphreys wins it for me. 180 from Cameron Menzies. And one of his own, 180 for Ryan Searle. Surprised you haven't said a German for the Premier. I don't find any of them particularly great to watch myself. No dramas, Chris, no dramas. Good to have you in. Oh, I forgot Cammy. Yeah, I'd have Cammy in. 3-1. No, I love Damon as a person. I just don't enjoy watching him. Don't get me wrong, I love talking to him, absolute top guy. But if we're talking about ability, then 100%. But it was just the ones. Like the question was, who would I have? Like, who would I like? If it was just on ability, then yeah, look, Heta would no question be in. Ryan Searle, he's upped his average to 104 here. This is very, very good. He's heavy metal playing himself into some form ahead of the match play. Who shaves their head first? I don't think either. They both hang on for dear life. Tops and Ryan Searle has really taken command of this tie, playing beautifully. He is in the groove. It's going to be very, very tough for Menzies to dislodge him when he's playing like this. That's everything. The question, they had to be tour card holders, Chris. Yeah, I think both Lukes will be superb and the match play. How are we doing, Mike? Good to have you in. Yeah, 100%. This is the version of Ryan Searle we all want more often, because this Ryan Searle is incredible. Ian White in the crowd there watching. Nice little touch. Cheering on heavy metal. Shindy would be good for the Prem. Look, Martin Schindler is getting better and better, I agree. How we doing, Joe? Good to have you in, buddy. What a rare miss from Ryan Searle. Menzies breathes again. Look, the year they changed the Premier League format and they went from 10 to this 8, if they hadn't have changed, Fallon was in. I don't know 5 years, Chris, but look, the gap is getting smaller all the time. The more opportunities the ladies get, the ladies' game is thriving. So look, it's just they've just got to keep given opportunities. Yeah, the kid that played Menzies yesterday was really good. I was impressed. Afternoon, Rick. Good to have you in. No, not necessarily. The top, I don't think so. Johnny Clayton and Jan Van Veen is this afternoon. Yep. I was going to say it was funny that the reason that we know Fallon was, if it was 10, was probably in is because Sky left the audio on when they were doing voiceovers. $117. No, the top 8 shouldn't be the Premier League. I'd like to see a end of season ladies players championship at Minehead as well. So in the press room we have the live feed. And we heard some voiceovers. But then they went and changed the format. Ryan Searle not got the job done yet, but Menzies, this has to go. And does keep this one alive. I've said they'll never do it, but what I'd like to see for the Premier League is, like they do in golf, the race for the FedEx Cup, where you pick 15, however many events that you pick, and those points that you win in those events go to the race for the Premier League. and at the end of it, however many, you're picking 8, 10, 12, that's your thing. They won't do it that way, but that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a race for the Premier League. Connor, I'm not doing that because my Premier League and the Premier League that I think at the moment has players that are outside the top 16. A lot of that's due to cost though, Chris. The streaming boards aren't cheap to do. Is the thing. What about the idea of a mixed doubles tournament? I don't dislike it. The only problem is trying to fit it into the calendar. But yeah, I don't dislike it, Rick. Big up Phil. When's Peter next playing? Peter, we won't see till the match play. So he's going to go in, potentially a little bit cold, having skipped the Pro Tours and here. Ryan Searle has now missed multiple match starts. Ryan Searle seals a 6-3 win. So basically, it was people who were working for Sky. No. So it was. I'm not going to name the individual doing voiceovers. So and so is Premier League. Michael Van Gerwen is Premier League, and we heard the Fallon Sherrick is Premier League. So they done a voiceover for her. Right now, if I'm picking my 8, there's only 2 changes from this year. Chris Dobie and Rob Cross drop out. Josh Rock and Johnny Clayton come in. That's a ton top and average from Ryan Searle. Getting a bit of confidence in. Ahead of the match play. Coming next, Wessel Nijman takes on Damon Heta. Nijman has won the ball. Can Nijman handle the heat? Like, he's going to have to play better than he did yesterday, but I expect him to because Damon will play better. There's so many questions I have for different reasons for the match play when it comes to Cammy. He's been good for ages, yet still never delivers. Look, that's a mentality issue, not an ability issue. That's all down to what's between the ears, not what's in the hand. No, Heta, not at the moment, Mike. I think he's close and he's 100% in the conversation. You don't get the New York World Series if you're not being looked at and thought about for other events. But I'm just looking at the tour card race as it stands. Littler, Humphreys, MVG and Bunting will be the top 4. So they're automatic picks. They're in. Now, Clayton, as world number 5 at the moment, and not a million miles away behind Stephen Bunting, for me, should be in. And then I think Josh Rock ticks all the boxes. I know Aspinall and Price are down the rankings as it stands, but you have to put them in for me. You can't not. Let's just pretend he's not in the slammer. Until up. The year Corey Cadby went home after the UK Open, if he hadn't have gone home and have stayed in the UK, he was a guarantee for the Premier League that next year. An absolute guarantee. Right, we've got about 10 seconds till pictures return. If Wade has a good year... The problem is he's down in 13th on the tour card race. Look, James is one of those players that I think has to do a little bit more than others to get in. As Matt said in one of the interviews that we did with him, some players have to do a little bit less, some have to do a little bit more. If we're just talking about ability, then James, 100%. If neither win a major, how could Rock be picked over Heta? So, winning the World Cup, you could class as a major, Natalie. They've done it before. I remember when Raymond was picked, I think for the last time, or the second to last time, he hadn't had a good year. And we asked, what was the justification for Raymond? And the line we were given was, all 10 players have won a television title this year. And the one Raymond won was the World Cup. So they could use that. And look, Josh is young, he's exciting, he's quick. How we doing, Warren? Good to have you in. My sound's gone on PDC TV. Who's yours? No. To a point, Chris, yes, but they've always got it in the back locker if they need to use it. If they need a justification to put someone in, then it's there. Did Ross Smith earn a place the year? For me, I think Ross Smith was exciting enough to put in, yeah. Personally, yeah. Afternoon, Kieran. Excuse me, good to have you all in. Right. Damon Heta coming to the stage. What's he? Oh, he's used that one before. So, again, Nijman won the ball in the back room. It's one of I don't know what it's called. It's one of the German songs. We'd all love Gary Anderson in the Premier League, but it's just never going to happen. We would love him in. So, go on then, chat room, score predictions. What are you saying? Should be a good one, this one. Heta 6-4. I mean, Wessel has to play better than yesterday. Is it Dutch? Is it? I know it's just used on the Euro Tour a lot. So, good start here from Wessel. Playing better than he did yesterday already, that's for sure. Who's your favourite for the match playing dark horse? I haven't really got a dark horse, Kieran, if I'm being complete. I said this yesterday, that I don't think an outsider will win the match play. My four are Luke or Luke. You can't not look past them. Gezi or Gary, I think, are the four that I like the look of. What Oasis song could be a darts walk-on song for you? Yeah, I like I like Rock and Roll Star. Bit of Champagne Supernova could work. Or Slide Away. And Nijman has missed a golden chance. Heta to break. Heta does break. Nijman fluffed his lines. Bring it down. I'm not a fan of Hindu times, Rick. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the Hindu times. Master plan, yeah, I don't mind that. Do you know when the Grand Prix is? October. October time. Damon Heta has upped his levels. Nijman not producing at the moment. Heta leaves tops for a 2-0 lead. Nijman not even halfway. If Spurs were in the World Cup, would you watch it? No. no interest in it at all. Two 0. Heta too good at the moment. You know, Madcar, you know. Yeah, cigarettes and alcohol could work. Wessel needs to up his levels here. How we doing, salesman? Hope you are good, buddy. Yes, Rick, I have Oasis. Then the What's the Story, Morning Glory, and Definitely Maybe were my school years. So love it. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Nijman, this would be a party piece. Does he go for it? No, doesn't go for it. Remember, everyone, welcome along. Drop us a like and subscribe. Heta needs at least a 140 just to ask some questions of Nijman. That's not going to happen. So Nijman, to get his first leg on the board, and needs this. Not played particularly well at the start of this contest. Needs to find some confidence from somewhere. It's another missed dart at a double. He's now 0 from 5. The doubling is concerning from Wessel Nijman here. It wouldn't work as a walk-on, but I love Cast No Shadow. This is getting desperate. Last dart in hand. I'll say he was 0 from 7 at that point. Do you know? Different from all the way. No, not listen to them. Can you? So I'm going to show you 2 sets. One, Old Faithfuls. One I'm trying out at the moment. So let me show you. Old Faithfuls. They are my tried and my tested ones. But they are also old and you can't buy them anymore. Those are the ones I'm trying out and using at the moment. I don't not set on this, but I might. How we doing, Rob? Good to have you in. It was all right last night. Yeah, it was decent. I hope you had a good evening, whatever you were doing, buddy. It was good. Stream, please. No, we don't show the live action. We're not allowed. It's copyrighted material. How is my PD stream 30 seconds behind yours? Do you mean your actual pictures, Natalie? So, because the way streaming works, the pictures are always slightly delayed. Where what we've got on screen, you've got a guy literally behind the stage, tapping these numbers live as they hit. So the bookmakers get real-time data. So literally there's a guy stood behind the stage, he's got his laptop all set up, and he's got like a dartboard on it, and he's clicking where the darts hit in real time, sorry. Do you know which referees are Blackpool banned? I don't, to be fair. But George will obviously be going because it's his last one. But the other ones, I'm not sure. How are we doing, Hazel? Good to have you in. How are you? I hope you are good. Brock says, Phil, are two players allowed the same nickname on tour? Yeah, I think so. Look, I know that Luke Humphreys and Martin Nijman played a game for their nickname, but can you show it to us when you hit 25k? Like, unfortunately, not. Look, the material that is streamed is the PDC's content. It's not just darts as well. It's the same in football and so on. That it's copyrighted content, and I don't want to lose my channel for it. Yeah, we had two wizards. Not today, there's not. God was on for a bit yesterday, but just me today. Gotta be in the machine. Love that, Brock, love that. Again, Nijman did the hard work, got himself level, but then is then broken once more. Wait, we go back to 009. The nuke Denny out of counter. Do you think England are getting absolutely spanked around at the moment? Rahul and especially Pant are absolutely teeing off at the moment. James, I do it for my country, Wade. Yes, we'll be streaming Australia and New Zealand. Basuma is expected to desire to stay at Tottenham or in the Prem according to Twitter. Fairs. I wonder if we'll announce Morgan Gibbs-White today. I'm practicing darts. I've missed double top. Nice, good work. Wessel Nijman does break straight back. Not particularly good darts from either at the moment. Consistently, it's scrappy more than anything. It'll be the usual stuff. We haven't finalised everything yet. Remember, Wessel hasn't led this match yet. He's had the darts, but has always been behind. We're not 100% sure yet. It's something that we're looking at gonna try and do, but we don't want to commit to them and not have the manpower to do them, because obviously I'm at the venue, so I can't do them. So we don't want to commit half-heartedly and do one here, one there. It's got to be all or nothing. Nijman should be looking at going in front here for the first time. Two at double 16, but Heta is on a finish. Again, it's more missed darts at a double from Wessel Nijman. He is having an absolute stinker on the outer ring at the moment. However, Damon Heta has missed the big number and not given himself a dart at the ball. So Nijman, second chance. And this time he leads 4-3. Phil, I know you love darts and have your own business. You need to treat yourself. Look. The thing is, there's not really an off-season in darts, is there? It's all good. Look, we continue to build the brand, build the channel, and that's what we do. But we can only do that if you guys tap that like and subscribe button. Even if it was a few people would still watch. Yeah, right. Like when we first started doing these watch-alongs and so on, and we always said we'd only do them for non-TV events, because we thought that people wouldn't watch. Then we tried the Euro Tour, and you guys, wait, shh. Nothing to see here, Wessel. Come on now, I'll come back to that point in a minute, Rob. Come on now, Wessel. What are you doing to us? Oh, boo. Yeah, what I was saying, that when we first started these, we were like, right, no, we're only going to do non-TV events. Then we tried the Euro Tour, and you guys bought in and people were watching. We were like, oh, okay. And then I tried the Nordic one, the first day of the Nordic, and again, it's like, hang on a minute, this is on TV, yet people are still watching. So we're like, there's definitely an audience for the TV events as well. No, look, it's got to be done, isn't it? Phil, do you prefer doing these streams or media at the venues? Oh, that's I love doing both, Nico. I love doing both. But being at the venues and so on, that's where you build your relationships up. So, but look, they both work hand in hand. Damon Heta, I'm not sure if this is the confidence booster he was looking for this weekend ahead of the World Match Play. because Wessel Nijman is a leg away from the final day. The last 16 for the young Dutchman. Again, this will help his quest in getting up those rankings. So, match-winning chance here for Nijman. 75 to end Damon Heta's hopes. 18 and tops. Tops for a 6-3 win. And Wessel Nijman has beaten Damon Heta. It's ended up being a good performance. Early on, the young lad was nervy and it wasn't there. But that middle part and the end of the game, he has composed himself to send Damon Heta home. And Heta, there are now question marks for him ahead of the World Match Play. This was not the recipe he was looking for heading to Kiel this weekend. He wanted to go, win games, perfect, and get ready. He goes early and now has questions ahead of the World Match Play. However, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. You know what it is. The next train approaching platform 1 is your non-stop Flying Scotsman. Oh, Gary Anderson. Gary has won the ball as well. So, Damo, yeah, I know he's done. Look, he had chances. Did you hear about Tottenham against? Look, it's just Forest being dicks. I'm told the deal will still happen, I'm told. Yeah, but basically, he's got the hump because Gibbs White's release clause was meant to be confidential, yet we offered the exact amount. Do Gary, Raymond, Luke, let them know you have intros for them? Gary and Luke do. Raymond, I don't know. But, yeah, Gary and Luke know. How are we doing, Darryl? Good to see you, mate. Yeah, Ryan Searle played brilliantly. The thing is, if you're worried about that, then why have you put such a low release clause in? But Gary Anderson has won the ball. Ratajski's been playing well though. Gary's going to have to be on it here. Remember, didn't play particularly well on the Pro Tour. I did, Darryl, and again, it's just UEFA being absolute bellends that anyone can see that that is not multi-ownership, and Textor had no influence at Palace. It's just, I think Palace might actually win at the Court of Arbitration. Oh, we were saying this yesterday, Rob, that if you look, Palace, Brentford, Forest and Bournemouth are being absolute ransacked for their top players after last season. Palace, it looks like they're going to lose Gehi, Eze and maybe another. Where Bournemouth have been savvy, that they haven't, there's no release clauses, where others are getting pinged on release clause. Oh, Rick, 100%. Look, it might even be up by the end of the weekend. Any ideas when FPL launches? It won't be too long. So, time for game number 3. The Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson, is about to enter the fray. So here we go, Swissville on the stage, we are ready to go, players are coming. Here comes the Polish Eagle, Krzysztof Ratajski. Again, just what a lovely man Krzysztof Ratajski is. What's FPL? Fantasy football. Looks like he has a nasty streak in him. Yeah, you wouldn't want to mess with him, Rob, would you? But he's a lovely man until you fuck him off. Then he's going to do you. Here he is, Gary.
The UK Open Premier League and World Match Play Champion.
It's the Flying Scotsman. It's Gary Anderson. Do you know if the Irish guy who injured Luke Humphries in America has been... I don't know, Nico, is the answer. I don't know. Oh. Dream boy. Have England got a run out? They have. Go on! They've got a run out. What a chuck from Ben Stokes. Oh, to be fair, Rob, that's still one of the best run-outs ever. It's Pant that's gone. Right, we are underway, everyone. Yeah, love Gary Pratt. Was that international? What was done to the? Yeah, it was in New York, Natalie. Pant's an incredible player, Tom. Gary, not quite firing here in leg one so far. But K.R. Rahul still there on 98. Ratajski just staying with Gary here in this opener. Ratajski may be about to break here in the opener. He's upped his levels and Gary just struggling. Leaves 50, but 105 is a good opportunity for Krzysztof Ratajski. Not going to get a dart though, so Gary, I don't know what his MO is going to be here. He's 10 for tops. He's missed 2 darts. So Ratajski to break, double 16. Remember, the Polish Eagle's been playing well. Gary missed 2 darts and pays the price. The Flying Scotsman has work to do. They weren't a million miles away from Gary, but still not in their targets. He has to up this level here. The thing is, look, now it's happened once, it just means that players have seen the danger and they're now not going to interact as much on the walk-ons, in my opinion. Back-to-back 140s, Gary may have just woken up here. Agreed, Ratajski is always rock solid. So, Tom, if this was in America, in New York, Luke was doing his walk-on, and some guy wanted a picture, Luke had kind of gone past, has gone to grab his hand to try and get him to have a picture, and he's wrenched his thumb right back. And Luke was in agony that he came in and he showed us, and all that area of his thumb and all down there and there was all swollen and really horrible. Oh, hello, a cheeky little 164 from Gando. Not going to go this time. But tees up double 16 to break straight back unless Ratajski can hit the same finish, which he can't. Gary Anderson levels this contest. Better leg from Ando. And then starts with 43. ideal. Ratajski not scoring heavy enough at the moment is his problem. Where Gary is now in the groove and off and running, and 180 for the Flying Scotsman. He is in control of this leg. Leaves 56, Gary to lead 2-1. 16 and tops, you would think. Oh, has anyone got the commentary on? Has Gary changed darts?
No.
Well, there's only a difference in the point, because we just saw there as Gary Anderson pops in his first maximum. There's grip on the points in the other set of darts, there's not grip on these. That might be the only difference.
Right. You heard them talking there. He's definitely switched darts. Ratajski with a maximum of his own. It looks like they're trying. It looks like the ones he started with has the grip on it that he always has. These ones that he's throwing now are a smooth point. So once the game's done, I'll WhatsApp him and find out. Just looking, they look like a longer point to me, Rob. I don't know about you. They look like they're further away from the board. Ratajski levels it up. They definitely look longer for me. Right, let me... Let's go back to leg 2 a second. Just trying to do some investigation work at the same time. Ratajski is threatening the Anderson throw here. Gary needs a 140 or better. Needs a second treble for me. .155 is a tricky finish. Ratajski will fancy this. He's made a mess of it. He's made a mess of it. Anderson, the big finish is not going to go. Ratajski. This is a chance. They've both had a stinker in the last couple of visits here. Anderson, 96 to lead once more. Double-double? He's tried to go double-double, but has not hit. So Ratajski, 1-2-8 to break. Treble 20 ball, still on. Bullseye. Misses. Gary Anderson does pin tops. He got away with it in that leg. There was a chance there. There was a chance for Ratajski. Another maximum for the Polish Eagle. Gary with one of his own. One day, do you want to go to Death Valley? Oh, part of me says yes, and the other part of me says absolutely not, because it is not ginger friendly. I'll melt there. But yeah, no, look, I love the States. We just got the zapper out, folks. Gary Anderson has broken 4-2 to the Flying Scotsman. Yeah, I know it gets warm there. I remember the first time I went to Vegas. Fucking hell, that was hot. And we had an earthquake as well. Ratajski. Not giving up yet. Ratajski threatening a break back here. Remember, folks, if you are new here, drop us a like on the stream. Helps us with our analytics. And if you haven't yet, that subscribe button as well. We want to get to 50k as quick as possible. Another treble would be good for Anderson here. Again, Gary's averaging a ton, but it doesn't feel like a ton average. He's got this knack of, you look at it and you think, he's not played particularly well. He's 4-2 up, averaging a ton. Tops for 5-2. Oh, he is in the groove. Okay, now Gary Anderson, 5 from 7 on the outer ring, ton topping finish, 100 plus average. Is he getting in the mood for Blackpool here this weekend? So the last couple of legs, he's just looked more fluent. Earlier on, it was a little stop-start from Gary, where now just going through the gears. Could do with a treble here though. Can't find one, so Ratajski still favourite for this leg on his darts at the moment. What dart player has the most unusual barrels? Over time, Yeller has had some really weird cuts and grooves on his darts. No, Rick, I haven't, no. So Gary's going to get a look to win it here with a 1-2-8. Channel 20 ball. Ooh, match dart missed. Yeah, Ross Montgomery's are weird shaped as well. I think it was a set of the yellow unicorn ones that were very strange. Double 8, and Gary Anderson seals a 6-2 win. The Flying Scotsman is into the final day of action. Oh, Gary. Right, now he's won. I'll WhatsApp him. There you go. I've just WhatsApped him. We'll find out. Gary is one of the few that doesn't have a nickname on his shirt. Yeah, he just has Gary Anderson. MVG doesn't have it on there. Does Gowan Price? He has GP. I know he has Gowan Price. I don't know if he has the Iceman. Yeah, he has it around there, I think. Yeah, Josh Rock's got all. Forget all target players, Nico. They have.
And see what they're like. Like I say, when they go in,
Oh,
fine.
wait a minute.
I like them, but I'm not. Commentary were wondering what exactly was the difference between the two sets of darts you ended up. Was it the grip at the point? I never swapped my darts. I was getting them out just in case. But I stuck with the first set that I started playing with. I think they're up to about 2 and a bit inches on the point length. I like them, but I'm not quite sure yet, if you know what I mean. Just threatening the change. The guys were looking into your case and they were wondering, oh, what it's, and yeah, like.
Right, so he never changed darts. He had the old ones in the case, just ready in case they didn't go. So yeah, he played with a longer point in his dart. But he had Old Faithfuls in the case ready to go. So yeah, going back to our point, yeah, any target player has their nickname on this shirt. I don't think... Right. Littler has the nuke on his. Humphreys has got Cool Hand on his. I don't think MVG has a nickname on there. I'm not sure if Johnny Clayton does or not. Heta does. Most famous contact in my phone book. Ooh. It's darts related, obviously. There's a few darts ones in there. Barry, maybe. Emma's is in there. In terms of star appeal, probably Littler's. In terms of the profile of his. Most random. Ooh. Yeah, Bunnings is there. I suppose this one's quite funny, Rob. Danny S. Chelsea Physio. Barry from EastEnders. I wish I had that one. You'll laugh at what one of them, and this is the nickname that he is in our darts team. So we've got a guy that's he has both arms, but his left arm was damaged in a motorcycle accident, so it's just hanging. He can't use it. It's just, they haven't amputated it, but it's just hanging. He's in my phone as One Wing, because that's his nickname. He does find it funny as well, by the way. Tubes. That's a good one. So, I can show you what he does. So, he tucks them in there, because it like that. So he goes. I love that, Rob. To be fair, he's a steady player, to be fair to him. So Danny Noppert has won the ball against Mike De Decker. Yeah. didn't expect you to have tubes in there. Yeah, I've done some work with tubes in the past, so I get on well with tubes. How many people have asked you? Right, here comes the freeze. I know his walk-on got to let a lot of stick, but I don't mind it. Gotta have high hopes for a living. So what are we saying then? Chat room, Noppert or Decker? If you had one question and one question only, what would you ask? Tubes. To be fair, Soccer AM back in the day was so good. Don't get me wrong, half the stuff they did you'd never get away with on TV now, but it was just amazing back in the day, Soccer AM. 180 for the freeze. Yeah, with Helen and Tim Lovejoy, it was so good. Could you imagine trying to do the Soccerette these days? Noppert, despite the maximum in this leg, just as an opportunity for De Decker. Down to the big fish. Well, yeah, because Lovejoy used to write a lot of it as well, didn't he, was the thing. He was like the exec producer as well. 114. He's going to get a dart here. And that dart is at tops for De Decker. And he's broken in leg one. Remember, Noppert started with a max. However, it's a ton topper from De Decker in leg number one. I am good, mate. How are you? Darts AM. I remember when he won the Worlds, Gezi went on Soccer AM. Noppert trying to break straight back here. Top bins. Hello, the big fish. The big fish. Oh, it's the 25. It was close. I think De Decker beats Chizzy as well. But Noppy levels up, breaks straight back, 1-1 in this one. Both mid-90s averages, good so far. But can one of them find the afterburners and find something extra? So this is better from Noppert. He's upped his levels here. Noppert, double 10 misses, but will return. He's outscored De Decker in this leg by some margin as well. Crossbar challenge was good. Noppert is making a mess on the doubles. Big time. He is 1 from 7. And it's another ton topper for Mike De Decker. Danny Noppert will be thinking, what the bloody hell's going on here? Both legs he's lost, he had a chance. And it's 2 ton topping finishes from the real deal. Mike De Decker leads 2-1. Can Noppert find a way back into this? So De Decker looking at double 8 for a 3-1 lead. And he pins. His doubling has been exquisite. Where Noppert, on the other hand, has been dog and duck. Again, this is just warmed up into a good game here. Noppert averaging 96.5. De Decker just over 97. In terms of the numbers, not much between them. The doubling stat is the big one. Noppert only 1 from 8. Where De Decker is 3 from 5. 2 of them being ton toppers. It's more missed doubles for Danny Noppert. It's turning into a disaster on the outer ring. But this time, De Decker cannot capitalise. Last dart in hand, Noppert finds it, but he's 2 from 13. It's horrific. Noppert is asking. He scored really well, Danny Noppert. You look at it. He's averaging 96.5 with only 2 from 13 on the outer ring. The scoring has been fine. Right, Noppert, break back opportunity. He's left 56. This is very, very good. Again, treble 17 on ball to rescue it for De Decker. It's not going to go. Yeah, Stephen, he's playing okay without being brilliant. Do you know what I mean? He's stuttering along, and Danny Noppert has levelled it up. Finds double 5, rescues him. But 3 from 17. Noppert much better in the scoring phase. 4 maximums in this, where De Decker's scoring has not been on. Again, another time where this is asking all kinds of questions ahead of the match play, playing with players' minds. Meaty for Danny Noppert. What a match of this. What's the match? I'm not sure without looking, Cameron. I don't remember them meeting loads and loads, but Noppert's scoring has been so good here. Noppert to lead. Double 7. De Decker's scoring has definitely dropped off here. Noppert splits it 2 for double 6 and made a mess of it. I haven't got a nickname, to be fair, Rick. Brockfield, deep question. In your opinion, what's the biggest threat to the future success of darts? Egos and this stuff, not specifically Pepsi Max, but you know what I mean. Danny Noppert has upped the levels and turned the screw here. From a scoring point of view, he has absolutely battered Mike De Decker. You think De Decker took out 114 and 109 to steel legs, if you will. That's what's made this one close. Noppert has been the better player. Danny Noppert is making hay now. He's in the groove. He's confident. Where De Decker has a lot of work to do and questions ahead of the World Match Play. That average has dropped to 88. It's dropped by about 10 points in the last couple of legs. It is a real nosedive from De Decker. Danny Noppert from 3-1 down, remember, is now 5-3 in front. 4 on the spin. How are we doing, Jonathan? No, it is not ginger friendly weather. 180 for Noppert. He wants to get this done in double quick time. Remember, if he wins this leg, it will be 5 legs on the spin. What do you make of Gary using longer points? I don't mind him trying stuff. Whether he uses them at the match play or not, I don't know. It will be interesting. So Gary throws with a point that has grip at the top there like these. Now it will be interesting to see if Unicorn can, or what a finish that is from Danny Noppert to Searle victory, if they can make him the longer point with those grips on, because the way Gary holds and sets up, that finger uses the grip point for Gary. So he comes back and it goes into position like that. So in hot conditions like it is in Blackpool, he might need that grip because he pushes off of the point. As he comes back, that finger pushes off the point. So he could need that grip. So if it's hot in Blackpool, he may revert back to normal. I hope that helps. De Decker should be ashamed of that performance. It's not his best work, but it happens. I'm convinced De Decker just had a bad... Yeah, look, it happens. Look. If in 20 years Mike De Decker doesn't win another major, then yeah, it could go down as he had the week of his life. Ooh, wicket for England. Didn't see who they've got. Oh, they've got Rahul. He's just scored a ton, and they've got him. Well, Adam, we didn't ban you. We just gave you a bit of a chill out time because you were spamming the chat room with nonsense. So, Dave Chisnall against Daryl Gurney. Daryl Gurney has won the ball. Remember, Gurney played brilliant yesterday. Yeah, I thought De Decker would kick on. But, look, he's still young in his career. It can still happen, but at the moment, it's not quite happened. So, Mike, on the screen, you see it's got that little asterisk star next to Daryl Gurney. That means he's won the ball. No problem, mate. No problem at all. So we have got about 2 minutes 20 seconds till pictures return. What do you guys think about Gary's points? Will he stick with the long ones for the match play? Thing is, if you look at it, Jonathan, Chizzy's really struggled since September last year. That, granted, his TV form was never the best. It was okay, but it was questionable. But his floor form and his Euro Tour form was always good. But since September last year, those big averages consistently that we saw on the Pro Tour and the European Tour seem to have disappeared. That he really can't put it together at the moment. And again, but Gurney's going to have to play well here again. He played brilliantly yesterday, but again, that means nothing if he doesn't back it up again here. And we've said that recently about a lot of players. They've played well 1 minute, and then they'll go and throw in a stinker and lose. How we doing, Joe Webb? Just said it's in the stats of the Noppert game. He scored. He scored brilliantly. I'm not sure if I want to say they're playing well. TV can see. To be fair, I'm just chatting with him now. I've just asked him whether they can make the long points with the grip on the top. Danny Noppert's front nine average was 123.56. That is very, very good from Danny Noppert. Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's the whole acid test. It's okay doing it once or doing it for a day. You have to then go again. You have to do it again and again and again. That's what separates the absolute elite, world-class operators, because they do it time after time after time. It's not once and forget. All of these players can chuck in a massive average and play well. probably, yeah, the scoring was just magical. Here comes the Chizzy Rascal, Dave Chisnall. So, players are on the stage. So, we are ready to go. Mr. Bevins is refereeing this one. So, here we go. Super Chin against Chizzy. What are we saying? Does Gurney back up that brilliant performance from yesterday? Well, he starts off that way. 180. Despite the maximum, Chisnall will feel he's in this leg. Gurney only leads 1-3-1. But no treble for Gurney. Gurney does take the opener. How are we doing? Negan, hope you are good. Just looking at that Chisnall follow through now is, at times it's okay, but then there's that hook. He's like, sometimes it's straight, but then other times Not a great time for a bounce out. I'm in trouble here, Phil. There appears to be a lot of texting. No, this one's not Sunday football. This is me trying to sort out something else darts-wise. It's all going off. But 2 darts at double 16 for the Chizzy Rascal. And he goes inside. Gurney gets a look at this 66 for 2-0. Going to get 2 at double 18. And pins it. He's taking his chances. Super Chin. He's averaging a ton. And Chizzy only down in the 90 region. This is what we were saying. These, even on the Euro Tour, Chizzy was always around that ton mark, or he'd go to 106, 107. Chizzy in his career ranking money has won 3 million and 72 grand. Gurney is $1 million behind despite winning 2 majors since. Funny here, 1 million to Salsa. Look, I give me trophies personally. This is not everyone's the same. Give me trophies every day of the week. Give me winning tournaments, winning titles. Gurney needs to set this up. Doesn't want to give Chizzy a route back into this. Treble 19, treble 18 gets him down to a finish. But Chisnall might be on something a lot lower. Is on something a lot lower. Needed that. But Gurney, 1-4-6. It's on. Does he stay there or does he go treble 18? Went treble 18 to the double 16. But Chisnall is going to get a breakback chance. Going to get a dart at tops and again he misses. So this dart is huge. And he pins it last dart again. 3-0. Daryl Gurney leads. Would you rather have had Dobie's career if it was also to end now, or Dobie's 100% because he won a TV title? For me, winning is everything. I know Gurney's winning this, but the performance is no way near at the level of yesterday. Averaging just over 94. Chisnall around the 92 mark. Chisnall finds a treble when he needed one there. So, Gurney needs to score big. Down to 120. Made 50. For me, like, again, I'm not saying I'm right, but for me, it's all about being remembered for what you win. That's good from Chisnall. Takes out the 118. He needed that. Only a hold of throw, but it was much needed from Dave Chisnall. Yeah, for me, it's all about legacy and being remembered for winning. So, like in football, if you asked Steven Gerrard, would you hand back the millions to have a Premier League winners' medal? I think he'd say yes. $161 for Gurney. Doesn't need to take this out. Chisnall not scored well in this leg. Samaras once said when his career ended, he would rather play for a big club like Celtic who wins everything rather than be anywhere else on the money and not winning. He said, look, winning in sport is everything, and darts is no different. I know other people look at it differently. I know, like Michael Smith, before he won his majors, said, "I don't care if I don't win a major, as long as I've made the money and my family is secure." So people look at it different ways, and I get that, but for me, all about the trophy cabinet, what's in there. Again, the Chisnall average only at 88 at the moment. He's having real problems. Do you think Chisnall will win? Not from here, no. I don't. Look, Chisnall's he's in a world of trouble. 4-1 down. I don't see he's playing well enough to get back into this. Look at the side. Anyone seen what Jofra Archer's got round his neck? How can he run in and bowl with that there? Gurney is going to get a look at 120 for a double break and a 5-1 lead here. $120 is not going to go, so Chisnall looking at another ton topper to save himself here. 128 is tricky as well, by the way. Has to start 18s. So treble 29 ball. Doesn't go. So Daryl Gurney will get 2 darts for a 5-1 lead. Daryl Daryl, what have you done? You plonker, Rodney. Shouldn't be anywhere near the treble. I want to see if he's thrown the flatty here and got it wrong. Because we've seen him throw and Chisnall makes him pay. I want to see what he does here. Does he get the flatty wrong or does he just throw a shit dart? No, he didn't even throw the flatty. He just threw a normal dart. Is that the turning point? Is that the turning point in this contest? Does that give Chisnall the lift he needs? He could come back, but I still think he wins. He tried to throw the flatty, both constant. I'd looked at the angle of entry, and it went in normally. So he must have got it horribly wrong. Daryl Gurney is now one away. Chisnall will feel that was a missed opportunity because Gurney didn't start the leg well there, but still ends up 5-2 in front. Yeah, I agree that whoever gets the winner of Chisnall to Decker, it's... So, Chisnall, 58 to keep this one alive. Tops has been his ally. Not this time though. So Daryl Gurney, 74 to win it 6-2. And he misses double 18, so Dave Chisnall will return. Tops for Chizzy, and he pins. He is still in this. I'm sure it's Clayton section. Yeah, without looking, Chris, I'm not sure, but if it is, wait a minute. Let's... PDC One match play. Yeah, Chisnall or Schindler or Clayton get the Decker or Chisnall. I really don't want Gezi to attend the Pro Tour night and day. So I'm just chatting to a Flying Scotsman at the same time, getting some info. Daryl Gurney, is this the match-winning opportunity? 68. It's another 2 missed match darts for Daryl Gurney. He's had chances to get this done. Can Chisnall get within 1? He's only got 1 out, and that's treble 20 ball. Oh, and my gut instinct says that dart has clattered in to his moulded flight and stem and ended up on the floor. I will confirm in a second. Daryl Gurney has won it. Just want to see this dart from Chisnall. Yeah, it's gone low on the 20, so yeah, it's just hit the flight. You can see the other dart physically move, and that's the drawback to the moulded flight and stem system. There is absolutely no giving them. But Chisnall departs. What channel, Emma? This is on PDC TV. The European Tour, always on PDC TV. Do you reckon Kim can win this? He's going to have to play like he did at the end of the Ian White game. If he starts off slow, Ross Smith will punish him. I think Ross Smith wins this one. But Kim has won the ball. I think Ross wins. How we doing, Scott? Good to have you in, buddy. Super Chin, just having a quick chin wag with Swiss Phil on the stage. he's not anywhere near the... Say, since... If you look at the stats and the numbers, since about September last year, it has dropped off considerably. Like, not even like I said, his TV stuff. Just look at his Euro Tour and his Pro Tour form, numbers, averages, results. They've all dropped off. So, Gurney into the final day of action. Ross Smith, the number 12 seed, against Kim Huybrechts next. George Noppert, Danny Noppert's scoring today was sensational. His front nine average was 123, which is world class. So, Chizzy 45th on the Pro Tour Order of Merit this year. Yeah, you think, Rob, where over previous years he was always in the top 10. Always in the top 10 of that. He's down to 14th in the 180s. He's hit. Used to be top of that. Look, Chizzy, at his best, always used to use a normal flight and stem. Since he's moved to a moulded one, it's not been the same. It's not been the same. The moulded flight and stem system works for certain players. But if you look at the very, very best, apart from Littler's the only one, the rest all still use a normal one. Would you recommend me placing? I wouldn't recommend a bet to anyone. If you're going to have a bet, then you do it off your own research and so on. But would I put a £100 bet on Kim to win? No, I wouldn't. We've got about 30 seconds till we get pictures back. I know, Jimmy, I openly admit I love a bet on the darts, but I wouldn't be putting a single bet on Kim to win. No, I know, mate, I know. Right, pictures are back. We are about to get Kim Huybrechts. Dave Chisnall's front nine average, only 92. He used to be one of the most prolific scorers on the tour. But 3 games to go. 3 good games as well. Ross Smith, Kim Huybrechts coming next. Johnny Clayton against Jan van Veen. And James Wade, Luke Woodhouse to close proceedings. How we doing, Raymond? Good to have you in. Says afternoon feel. Good to see Gary Anderson playing well and hitting doubles. I've got him in the sweepstake to win. Nice. Yeah, look, he played well. Played with some new equipment as well. 32nd in the front nine average on the tour as well. So yeah, beforehand he would have always been near the top of that as well, Rob, with his scoring prowess. But Huybrechts walking on, getting ready to rock and roll. Who do I think is top of the front nine? Oh. I've got no idea. My initial reaction would be someone like Jan van Veen or something, maybe. I don't think the big guns have played often enough to be up there. Jan's 13th. I thought he'd have been higher than that. $105. So here comes an elite walk on. A bit of red light spells danger. Oh. No, Ross Smith has not got his luggage. He is in a plain polo shirt. And it looks like he's got the same trainers that Gezi bought. Jam donut all day long. Rock. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, now you've said that, Rob. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Ross Smith in a black plain polo shirt. And it genuinely looks like he's got exactly the same trainers as Gezi bought. Be interesting to see if he's got a set of his own darts then. Do you reckon Nathan Aspinall will continue? I'm not saying he dominates, but I think he's playing at a level where he will always be competitive and be in the back end of tournaments. I genuinely think Van Veen will beat Humphries at the match play. I don't think he wins. I think it'll be a very, very good game though. Yeah, literally Smudger in a plain black polo. I want to see what darts he's throwing. because he's got yellow. Is he throwing a Chisnall dart here? They look like the Chizzy Flight. Right, come on, Kim, hurry up. I'm convinced here Ross Smith has got a Chisnall dart in his hand. Football pundit shoes. Oh no, he's got his own. He's got a set of his own darts, but they look like the Chisnall Flight and Stem. Yes, like cricket fan, I've got it gone here. For which player, Raymond? Gary. So Gary at the moment is provisionally world number 11, but he's only 50 grand off of 5th and 90 off of 4th. So he's one good runaway on TV from being right up there again. Chisnall Flight and Stem and the barrels scouted off someone Dobie knows in Germany. That's incredible. Ross Smith is just doing what he has to do here. So, do we know, has Dobie got a set of his own darts then? Because he was in the same boat, he was on the same flight as Ross Smith. Ross Smith 2-0 to the good. Again, we touched on like Gurney having to back it up. Kim Huybrechts way off the level he was at yesterday. His first two legs only averaging 83. A lot of work to do for Kim Huybrechts. Swift is the type of player who could throw over any dart, I reckon. Yeah, Yeah, look, he's doing okay. Doing okay here. Huybrechts just needs something to kick him into life. He's just not at that level yesterday where he looked his old self on the stage against Ian White yesterday, and he had a bit about him where today not quite there. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much, George. Appreciate it. It is 3-0. Kim Huybrechts is in a world of trouble. Ross Smith, this 1-4-4 was brilliant. So good from Ross Smith. Agreed, Ross is so good. You don't win PDC, you don't win a PDC major if you haven't got anything about you. Malachi is getting blown away. Again, he's only averaging 83. What's Kim's... Kim on the... I've got this one up, so he's provisionally... Oh, shit. He's provisionally World 56 on the tour card race. I didn't realise he'd slipped that far. He's in a bit of bother. How are we doing? How is Pontybern? Double 18 for Ross Smith and a potential 4-0 lead. And he pins it. The Hurricane is in a world of trouble. 4-0 behind. Ross Smith cruising his way to victory at the moment. Absolute banging trouble. Ross Smith just winning every battle out here at the moment. Oh, Spud's just giving it a bit of a to the crowd, smirking away as he's done it. He's like, yeah, I know what I've done there. Have some of that. I know what I've done. Thank you. Good work, buddy, good work. Huybrechts looking as if he is going to get a leg back here. This has been better from him. Unless Ross Smith has taken this out once and say he couldn't do it again, could he? Not this time. So Huybrechts, does he go straight at it or does he split the 38? Ross Smith is right up his backside, so he's had to go straight for it. And in the greatest will in the world, he's fucked it up. Went inside, then going big three for double eight. He hits double three, disaster, and it is 5-0. Bagel is on the cards. Kim, the master of his own downfall in that leg. It's looking like it's all she wrote. The Ross Smith interview could be quite interesting. I might put the audio on so we can hear what he says. Who you got? Andy or Cross? Rob Cross. I think Andy Barton's actually played really well yesterday. Like the best we've seen him play in a long time in a PDC. But I don't have any confidence in him backing that up again. So, yeah, I think Cross. Who you've got, look, Clayton and Han is going to be an incredible game. If that is a genuine 50-50. Ross Smith, double 16 to complete the bagel. Done and dusted. 6-0 to Smudger. Kim Huybrechts had a couple of opportunities in that tie, didn't take them, and paid the price. But coming up next, it will be the Ferret, Johnny Clayton against Jan van Veen. Johnny has won the ball. So, the Ferret against the Young Pretender. Maybe the best. Yeah, this could be the tie of. This could be the tie of the weekend. It could be so good. Let's I don't want the music on yet. Stop signing stuff, Ross. Go and have a chat with Swiss Phil. Right.
Ross Smith steht im Achtelfinale der Elton Safety Shoes. Baltic Sea, Darts Open. Ross, congratulations. A 6-0 win. Maybe you should leave your luggage behind a bit more often.
Yeah, maybe. Gesney said earlier, funny enough, as we was outside, he was like, was a good omen, but there was me, Wadey, and Chris Dobie who ain't got nothing. So he said, but not all three of you can win it. So,
Wadey's got no luggage as well.
All joking aside, hopefully I can crack on and do the business this weekend.
I mean, it's not perfect preparation, obviously, but sometimes it can also be a thing where it maybe even takes a bit of pressure off you because you think, hey, it's not been ideal. Let's make the best out of it. Let's grab Dave Chisnall's flights and see how they go.
Yeah, sometimes you just think it's not going your way, so you just sort of almost like, you just go, sod it in a way, do you know what I mean? And probably helped as well. I sat with Gary Anderson earlier, and he's probably the most relaxed person you'll ever meet in darts. He doesn't really care less, so sitting there with him, maybe that rubbed off me a little bit there, but I was really relaxed coming up here, and yeah, on to tomorrow, and a win's a win, and that's all that matters. I was lucky in a way though, because I've got to say, Kim Huybrechts, everyone knows how good Kim is, and what he's done in the past, so I just want to, you know, I've got lucky there. Kim didn't play it how we can.
I mean, when we look at the game, it's the scoring.
So yeah, Wadey has no luggage either. Interesting. He plays next. So are we taking bets on one, what James Wade's wearing, two, what darts he's throwing? Sure, Wade could win it. The problem is James has thrown the same dart for years. He hasn't changed at all. But when he comes out shirtless. That would be quite funny. What is it with the luggage? They were all on the same flight, half is the issue. They were all on the Heathrow flight, and it looks like that flight malfunctioned massively. So, not too long, about a minute and 30 seconds till we get pictures. Alright, score predictions then, everyone. Van Veen against the Ferret, Johnny Clayton. What are we saying? I think it's a really, really close game to call. Genuinely do. (6-4) Johnny. They've both put in some brilliant performances of late. But how many? What are we saying? Under or over 2.5 finger points from the Clayton. 6'4" Van Veen, 6'3" Johnny. I think it's going to be a really good game. I genuinely do. Looking forward to it. 10 seconds till pictures return. Right, pictures are back, so let's do this. Right, all right, let's go. Let's get this show on the road. 2 games to go. Just grab something. 2 seconds, folks. Don't worry, not going anywhere. Still here. So, let's do this. All right then, Swissville, let's get on with it. Let's get this show on the road. Six four, nice Monaco. But it's going to be, I genuinely think it will be close. 6'5" Johnny. Van Veen marching down. Took the ball. Who do you take? I take all. In Australia, if they're all fit, I take all of them. Right, here comes the ferret. It's Johnny Clayton. How does Van Veen remind you of Batman? It's an interesting one. Let's have a look when he comes on this. Let me get a picture of him. Looks a very, very good crowd in there this afternoon in Kiel. Yeah, I don't dislike the Batman reference. Don't know about John. I don't know about the Johnny one, but the Batman one I like. Right. We are underway. The ferret getting us started. Right, let's do this. Remember, first to 6. Van Veen against the ferret. Tough tie for both of them, this. Get the popcorn. Yeah, it should be good. I'm looking forward to this. This will be played at a nice pace, a nice rhythm. Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be an absolute cracker of a game. Johnny down to 136, but 2 treble visit from Van Veen makes this interesting. It just got interesting. 180. Van Veen with pressure. With pressure. Oh, first finger point. Surely Van Veen rattles in a maximum. And Johnny takes out 136. Leg 1 has caught light. Fair enough. Yeah. Right. Let's see this on the pictures. I think we're going to get a celebration from the ferrets. There it is. I've got a couple of bits of ham. Just something to munch on because I'm hungry. But all gone now. When I'm here, I'll just try and pick on bits that aren't bad for you. So, I guess it's Skittles. Yeah, just buy them in little. They come in like little chunks. It's like. So, Van Veen has been strong on throw here. And does level up at 1-1. Commanding break, commanding hold of throw. Johnny is going to have to respond. Wasn't a great leg for Johnny. Van Veen having the better of this so far. Yes, the 136 was brilliant, but Johnny needs to up these levels here. 180. Johnny needed that, but needs to back it up again here, because Van Veen is breathing down his neck. No finish for Van Veen, so Johnny has 6 to get rid of 161. Down to 64. What pressure can Van Veen apply? I think probably George, yeah. only going to be one dart for Johnny, and that dart is at double 16, and he misses. He's given Van Veen a look at the 108 for a break. Double 14 for a break. Missed opportunity. Those little half chances that Van Veen carved out, he's going to have to take one of them in the end, because remember, the Ferret won the ball in the back. That was a chance on the Clayton throw. Oh, it grazed the wire of the double 14 as well. Very, very good. So close, yet so far. Johnny would love a max here. 140 gets into a finish. He's on a finish. Just asking some questions. We know he loves a party piece. .130 Van Veen, 101 Clayton. We saw last leg Van Veen had an outside chance, missed. Clayton now has a chance on the Van Veen throw. Where's he going first? 81, treble 19, double 12. And Johnny has missed his chance. Will Van Veen tidy it up like Johnny did? He will, as you were. Both of them have carved an opportunity on the opponent's throw. Neither have taken them. So after 4 legs, we are level. 2-2, 2 holds a throw. But both will feel they maybe could be 3-1 up. It's just those little moments. In terms of numbers, it's not incredible, but there's not much between them. They're both in and around. Van Veen is slightly in front. Now, Johnny leaves 124, but Van Veen 197. How low can he leave this to make the 124 tricky? Not really enough there. Kind of missed an opportunity, Van Veen. Unless he takes out the 138, of course. I want Alcaraz to win. Missed the second treble. So Johnny, 3 darts at double 16 for 3-2. Only needs the 1. The Ferret is halfway to victory. This one just getting better. Van Veen opens with a max. Johnny opens with a 140. Back-to-back 140s for the Ferret. Van Veen needs a treble here. Really does. If it opens the door is open for Johnny Clayton. Another treble. Gets him to 81. 3 140s on the spin. This is now a break opportunity for Johnny Clayton. The first time there would be daylight between the pair. 12 and bull. Treble leaves double 13. Bullseye for the Ferret. Missed opportunity. Can Van Veen salvage a 74? Oh, now it's got tricky. Bullseye. The target Clayton missed. And the target Van Veen has also missed. So Johnny, 9 for double 8 and 4-2. This is a pivotal leg. Big moment for the Ferret. He has broken Van Veen. Leads 4-2. These are the moments. Johnny is making his move. Yeah, look, I get there's a difference between here and the match play, but a 93 from Van Veen against Humphreys won't cut it. Rob, I've asked, no one's replied yet. They might not be able to do anything till Monday, but I've asked the question. If I can get you a discount code. Right, so anyway, next game, James Wade. Are we taking bets on what he walks, what shirt he's wearing and what darts he's throwing? Or he may be lucky that there may be a set of his on the merch stand or something. Johnny Clayton is closing in on victory. 140 gets him to 121. Oh, he is ferreting of the highest order. Van Veen has done all he can. The 138 setup was perfect to leave tops. He's now relying on Johnny missing. Bullseye to win it. Match dart has come and it has gone. Van Veen back. How are we doing, Antoinette? What have you missed so far today? Searle beat Cameron Menzies. Wessel Nijman beat Damon Heta. Gary Anderson and Victor over Christoph Ratajski. Danny Noppert beat Mike De Decker. Great performance from the Freeze. Daryl Gurney beat Dave Chisnall. And Ross Smith saw off Kim Huybrechts. Now, this is the leg for Johnny. He's missed the dart of the ball to win it. 180, and I'm sure we'll get a ferret finger point for the 180. Ferreting of the highest order. You did, Jimmy, you did. And we did get the finger point. Loving it. Loving it from the ferret. He's down to 98. Van Veen needs a big visit. One treble visit doesn't cut it here. Needs another treble. Can't find one. So yes, he's on a finish, but it is a monster ask. Johnny Clayton leaves tops. Van Veen, have you got a roof raiser? Have you? Have you? That is world class. Absolutely stunning from Jan van Veen. 167 goes. Johnny Clayton was sat on tops to win it. And Van Veen has produced a moment of absolute brilliance. Take a bow, young man. Take a bow. We got a semi-finger point from Van Veen. Even Johnny said, well done. Oh, I tell you what, moments change matches. Is that the moment that changed this one? Maybe not, because the ferret pins another max. In the words of Eddie Hearn, this man has a serious set of bollocks on him. Back-to-back maximums from Johnny Clayton. Look, Van Veen can't do this, can he? Can he? No. I was going to say 167 followed by a 170. No, Johnny should get 2 match starts. Will get 2 match starts. What a game that is. What a game, boys. Johnny Clayton wins it 6-4. 98 average, Van Veen 96. That 167 was genuinely unbelievable from Jan van Veen. That was a stunner. That was a really good game. Really, really good from both. Yeah, early on, George. Yeah, he had some chances early on, and didn't take them. From kind of the 3 leg 6. Both of them played really well, but yeah, he was a little bit slow out the blocks, which ultimately cost him, because then Johnny just went through. I like about though Van Veen. He's a good kid. Luke Woodhouse has won the ball against James Wade.
When you kicked it off with 136 at finish, I thought it's gonna be one of those ferrety days where he just hits everything. But he was never gonna go away, was he?
100%. I thought that 136 would put him under pressure, but he just shows off for the 164. But to be fair, he's a great lad. He's a great player.
That's our future.
So who do you, right. In normal circumstances, Jimmy, I would say James Wade. However, with the news that Ross Smith dropped on us that James Wade also doesn't have a suitcase with him, hasn't arrived, I'd like to see what darts he's got in his hand first before I pass judgment. If it was normal circumstances, I would say James, but I'd like to have a look at the equipment that Wade's going to be throwing. He did say, oh, 100%. Great live, mate. Love the darts. Cheers, Kieran. Thank you very much. Yeah, look, I'd say under normal circumstances, I would say James Wade is favourite, but I want to see what darts are in his hand first of all. So we've got about 2 minutes till pitchers return. Last game of the session. What a session it has been. But remember, we will be back at 6 p.m. UK time, British summer time. Gerwyn Price, William O'Connor, Rob Cross, Andy Bartons, Stephen Bunting, Nico Springer, Luke Humphreys, Mickey Mansell, Josh Rock, Justin Hood. Hood was brilliant yesterday. Martin Schindler, Jermaine Watamina, Nathan Aspinall, Ricardo Pietrezco, Chris Doby, Dirk Van Dyvenbode is this evening's session to look forward to from 6. Oh, rat pile, cat soup. Don't fancy either. So, what are we thinking? Is James Wade gonna have his own shirt, or is he just gonna play in a plain shirt? And what darts do we think he's gonna throw? Has he managed to find a set of his own? Right, what have we got? 10 seconds. To go. Pictures are back. We are good. Johnny Clayton, front 9 average of 111. That's proper. Proper from the ferret. So, one game to go. Wade against Woodhouse. What darts? Well, we're waiting for them to get on stage, Jimmy. As soon as I see, I will let you know. No, Luke is not playing in this one. So, Woodhouse. On stage. Right, go and shake hands. First of all, we want to see what top James is in. Right. Oh, it looks like James has got his own shirt. He may have been lucky, and his case may have arrived. No, James definitely got his own shirt. They definitely put Price on first this evening on purpose to get the crowd hyped. Merch that possibly, Rob. I can't make my mind up if that's his shirt or oh no! Look at his trainers. He definitely hasn't. He wouldn't be wearing them normally. Yeah, they're definitely not a James Wade normal trainer. I'm not sure what the shopping scene is like in Kiel. But those trainers aren't a Wadey. Right, so I say they look like his own darts. The key, I think, will be the point, because James changes his point from the standard. let's have an investigation. They look like his own darts because they've got his point in as well. They're definitely his darts because he uses the groove point as well. So they're not fresh off the merch stand. So it looks like they've managed to get him a set of his own darts. Whether that's from a dart merchant or a store nearby, I don't know. But Woodhouse, 104 to hold in the opener. Wade poised if he misses. And he does. 77 for Wade to break. Tops. You just know, don't you? Wade, he loves tops. So 1-0 to the machine. James Wade. So, James Wade in control of this. Remember, final game of the session. Wade on course here, averaging 97. Woodhouse only around the 84 mark. He's not at the numbers needed to compete with James Wade at the moment, but that maximum will help. That 180 may change this leg. It's a good setup from Woodhouse. There's no pressure on the 120. Treble needed for James. Treble missed. Woodhouse, break back opportunity. $17 and tops. That looked unlikely a minute ago. But Luke Woodhouse does level it up. That 180 changed the whole destiny of the leg. Chat room, what are we saying? A couple of legs in. Wade, you still favourite? Woodhouse is just too unpredictable at the moment. There's spells where he's caught light, and there's spells like the start of this leg where he has been spraying them around. That's being kind. James has definitely been the more consistent here. It's can he just carry on what he's doing? James absolutely bossing this leg. Not even on 180 can help Woodhouse. .140 only gets him down to 252. He's still 100 points behind James Wade on his own throw. Wade can set up this 150. Only 60. Look, 90 can get tricky. But he may even have 6 at it. That's the problem. Well, we will have 6 at it. Woodhouse, only 41. James Wade misses 2 at double 15. With Woodhouse being a mile back, would you have just plonked one in single 10? I know they're next to each other, but the breakdown from 10s is better than 15s. At least you're going to a double. Now Woodhouse is lurking if Wade makes a mess. But of course, James Wade doesn't make a mess. Double 15 pin, break of throw, 3 legs in, 2-1 James Wade. 3 breaks of throw along the way. Neither player held as of yet. And again, James starts off sluggish on his own throw. It's like there's something going on where when they're throwing, when they have the darts, they're throwing with someone else's arm. Better though from Wade. We're covered after a indifferent start to the leg, but 2-6-3 has to be good from here. Can we get the results online? Yeah, the PDC live score page on their website, Dave, or they'll be on our socials about 5 minutes after play's finished as well. But yeah, they are live on the PDC live score page on the pdc.tv. James hitting the old ton to leave 163. I like that finish. It's good. The old 163. James Wade has missed Woodhouse for 4 breaks of throw in a row. This is getting silly. But Woodhouse has fluffed his lines. He can't take it. Now, James Wade for daylight. 3-1 the machine. Woodhouse could not take the opportunity this time around. James Wade in control. 3-1 Yeah, no, 100%. Darryl has been rock solid recently. I agree. It's not been eye-catching, George. I'll put it that way. It's the problem off the back of an incredible game from Johnny and Jan van Veen. Then you get one that's where they're both struggling a little bit, makes it feel worse than what it is because of the incredible show that we've had the game before. But Woodhouse down to a finish on his own throw. James Wade needs another treble. Finds it, so he is on a finish. Forcing Woodhouse to go for this 161 instead of laying up. It's not going to take it out. So James Wade will get a look at 140 for 4-1. Another treble for double 10. Oh, it's vintage. It's vintage James Wade. The 140 goes, double 10. Was there ever a doubt? No, there wasn't. I have an idea for the last remaining spot of the world. Totally open. I don't dislike it, Chris, but they'll never do it. But I don't dislike it. Is it a bit cool? No, it's real. The humidity levels are through the roof. It is very, very hot and stuffy, but it's all good. It's all good. How are we doing, Colin? Hope you are good. How you feel? Swapped the manga for Harry in Vietnam for a month. I love that. Love that. Vietnam, very nice. Excuse me. You going back to La Manga afterwards? No, 100%. They just playing it. They play it safe, and you think all the spots for the World Championship are in some way tied to the PDC, whether that's an affiliate tour or whatever. They're all linked to the PDC. There's no spot of the world that doesn't have a connection to the PDC now. So that's why I say they won't just do an open random qualifier like that, because it's not. Yeah, letting them out. Nice, mate, nice. James Wade, 5-1 up now. He has moved through the gears, the machine. And the scrap. Yeah, look, they want everything tied and ecosystemed within their own platform. Which, look, why wouldn't you? You've got a brand and you've got a platform, and you're just building out all the time, creating this spider web with you in the middle. You going to be live this evening? Yes, of course, George. We'll be live from 6. British summertime. Do you think Mario van den Berhade can keep his card this year? He's played okay recently, in fairness, but where is he? Where is Mario? Oh, he's on the cusp. He's on the cusp. At the moment, yes, but he still has work to do, is the way I describe that. Way Clinic, yeah, 100% up the shed. Like they would rather their world number 7. 100%, yeah, because that world number 76, Chris, plays within their system. He's one of their players. They wouldn't want like someone from outside their system walking off with the world title. Do you think 128 is the maximum for the worlds at the moment? Yes, Stephen. I don't see it going any more than that. James Wade, 70 to win it 6-1. Brilliant. Absolute doubling clinic from the machine. After the first couple of legs, it took him a while to get going, but James Wade masters this round of the European Tour. That was good. Enjoyed it. Everyone, thank you very much for joining us. Remember, we will be back live at 6 p.m. Been great the last few hours or so, so make sure you come join us live at 6. We will set the stream up there. Make sure you have subscribed and turn notifications on. We'll see you all in a few hours' time.